Elevate your new week, fuel your success. SSM invites you to kickstart each weekday with our news update Between the Lines, featuring the week's top news and analysis and the most attention-grabbing lines, deciphering world events. Hook up to SSM Monday program Between the Lines. In a world where news flies around every minute, you need the ability to relate and connect with what matters and stay up to date. Schengen Story Media News Echoes program is Africans in Diaspora and at Home's leading English news network, one of the most trusted, respected sources for news updates on current affairs as they affect global Africa.
Good day, viewers around the world. Good day to you, where you may be. My name is Mark Godwin Iweajunwa, and we're here on our week starter news update, Between the Line. Between the Line is that news starter that brings us all together to begin the week, also with success before all of us. So joining me are these great men here. And who are these men? Who are these noble men here? From my left.
Well,
Huh?
I guess they are our parents. So, Dr. Olufemi, you are our parents, UK. So you go ahead and announce first.
Don't call me an ancestor. My name is Olufemi Obakarowi. I'm dialing from London, England. Good evening, Nigerians all over the world. Good evening, Nigerians in diaspora. Good evening, citizens of the world. You are welcome to the Authentic platform.
Thank you so much. Well, my name is George Chukwu, all the way from Canada. So we want to greet you. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, depending on where you're logging in today. It is a fantastic day indeed. SSM Music Monday Between the Lines, and we're here to upload on you a whole lot of things that are happening in our own country and around the world. Thank you and welcome.
Thank you, great man. Thank you. Yes, let's begin with some real cheerful, heart-warming news. We all saw the prof, Alamu, they call him, the husband to the kidnapped Oyo school principal. We saw him in church. He was dancing, thanking God for the safe return of his wife, the teachers, and the pupils. Yes, it's a joy to see that, but also it's disheartening to know that one of them didn't come back. We all know they're one of the assistant teachers, and it's also disheartening to know that we are in this time of our lives in Nigeria, where anybody could be a victim of such thing. Dr. Olufemi, how did you see the prof dancing? How did you see that news of them coming back?
Yeah, I can share his joy and his the joy in his heart concerning the return of his wife and also the return of the children in our care. It's a thing of joy to see the end of this, and it is also important for us to note that this is a situation where the government refused to negotiate, the government refused to pay ransom, and eventually what we have been clamoring on this platform is go hard on the criminals. If they see there is no reward for it, they will desist from it. So if government continue to do this and people will to support the government in doing this, no ransom paid, round them up. And I think we discussed later the method that the government using, try and get an identity of those who are involved, because they didn't allow them to move away from where they are. They rounded them up and got information about them, went and rounded up their own families and then their relatives and they put them on pressure. Kill one, we kill yours too. So therefore, buy one, we buy yours. So, and that's what they stop that. So if we know that eventually they know that the people that you love will go for it, go down for it. Eventually you too will go down for it. And like we said in there are some nations in Africa that don't do negotiation. They don't do any negotiation. When there's kidnapping, they go there and they go there and they go there with full force. They don't care whether the collateral damage is done. And when the kidnappers realize that there's no reward for this, they desist from it. Gradually, we're going to get there. And I want to give kudos to our military for doing that and also to the government for achieving this.
Indeed, indeed, indeed. I am here applauding. First and foremost, to the President of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Because when he's not doing good, we come to you and we say, sir, we need you to do better. Now you've done good. 57 days after this capture. But my question is, I thought that these people were transported to Kano. Wasn't that what we had on Kaduna? So, but anyway, but here we are. They decided to use what they have to get what we need. And I am applauding each one of them, all the security forces, and the happiness and the joy of the children for being reunited with their own families. Now watch this though. Immediately the woman came out. The first thing she asked is, where is my husband? Isn't that so refreshing? Isn't that so amazing that men are still important in the women's lives these days? Because, you know, usually they say that we are not needed anymore. And here we are applauding what this great achievement took place.
Men are so needed. I mean, nobody can, we can't say less. But, let's go further on this.
Yes.
The governor said, that's Makinde, he's called Sheyi Makinde. Sheyi Makinde said he made a declaration of his presidency interest at a point in time, like around 4 p.m. of a particular day, and the following morning, these people were abducted. So he was putting it like, does this have to do with his declaration? Dr. Lufemi, is that not a strange?
Can I tackle this for a minute?
Okay,
You know, sometimes coincidences do happen. But let me ask a question. Okay, let's just say hypothetically that we will consider this narrative from him. So what happened was he made a decision to announce by 4 p.m., right? And then instantly, immediately he announced, they put together these people that will come from the bushes to come and, you know, kidnap these children. That's so foolish. I mean, he could have at least, you know, tried to put a little time in, you know, in trying to discuss whether this is even possible. So immediately he announced 4 p.m., you know, in the morning they come and arrested or come and kidnap these children. It doesn't make any sense if you ask me, because these people are coordinated in their ways of doing things. They have already planned this way beyond, way before, and on their way to possibly come and kidnap these children. It has nothing to do with you, sir, Makinde. Please, extricate yourself from this issue and thank Almighty God that your, you know, people from Oyo, they are back alive. Condolences to those that lost their, you know, lost their loved ones in this, but I don't think you cannot politicize this whole entire thing. Let's celebrate our victory and thank God Almighty that lives are saved. It has nothing to do with you, Sheyi Makinde. You can run for your presidency.
But Sir George, you know, he also noted that Oyo State has had peace for 7 years under his government now, and he also said that the way it was arranged, taking those children and the principal to that old Oyo something. He said all of that.
Reserve.
Yeah. Okay, go ahead.
Now, I want to align with Sir George. Sheyi Makinde is looking for trend, so I won't give him one here. The thing is he politically, Sheyi Makinde is irrelevant in the Southwest politics. So all this is shenanigans. It's just nothing to write home about. He just want to get something trend from all this. So in the same vein, he wants to put something that has to do with him concerning that. Okay, now that it happened 17 hours after you declared, so you want to tell me that kidnapping was arranged in 17 hours, under 17 hours, and they did that for 50 something days. One. Secondly, if assuming that's it, let's consider that. So what did you now do as a governor to get this sorted? The federal government eventually came to do this. So what is all this about? Please, the Nigerians are too smart. This Olodo uprising should not be brought into this issue, please.
That's it. I mean, seriously though, because when you want to make a comment, when you want to make a critical
Olodo uprising should not be brought into this, please.
No, seriously though, when you want to make a critical comment like that, you need to go back, study the timing, study how, the modus operandi of these people, and then to understand. Are you saying that, okay, our president now made a call so that they can come and kidnap because you're making an announcement that you want to run for the presidency? It doesn't make any sense to me. It doesn't make any sense.
But also, gentlemen, at that point in time, we were following the trend in the news. There was a small talk back between him and the Senate leader. I'm sorry, between him and the FCT minister. There was that talk back, the FCT minister, like Olufemi said, there was that, who is this one that is saying he wants to run for presidency?
FCT minister is a category of, Sheyi Makinde is in a category of the FCT minister. Please, I am from the southwest of Nigeria, and I know the politics of Oyo State. Sheyi Makinde is not careful, if he contests to be a senator, he won't win to go to Senate in Oyo State. That is how tough the politics of Oyo State is. This is a man that has no platform. He did Amala convention, it didn't work, and he wants to be president of Nigeria. So please, don't let us.
He has been governor for 2 terms now.
For goodness sake, Oyo State.
Who gets that feat? If
Oyo State politics is not like that.
He was governor. Anyway,
Oyo State politics.
Viewers, we have our viewers here with us. Viewers, it's another interesting day to talk.
Oyo State politics. Oyo State is the bedrock of Western politics, the home of the headquarters of Yoruba politics. And he wants to just stand up and become governor. Please, what state? What platform?
Governor. What are you saying?
Governor of Oyo State. Oyo State. After governor of Oyo State, do you know that Ajumobi, after governor, after 8 years, he contested to be senator, he didn't win? Do you know that some people in Oyo State, after governor of 8 years, the people of Oyo State are too politically enlightened. They will vote you out. They don't care. Those people.
But also,
you know it's sorry. Do you know it's only recently that people do 2 terms in Oyo State? By the time they do 1 term, people will judge you and they vote you out. Even what's called Olaige did not get two terms. This is how politically enlightened people of Oyo State is. Because you become governor of Oyo State, you become president of Nigeria, just like that. What's your platform? Please,
anyway,
don't let us discuss.
The man represents a young generation of politicians.
And
you know what?
Let's give credit to to whom credit is due. Okay, Governor Makinde has done well. Okay, now maybe out of sheer frustration or taking advantage of the social media, he's attaching himself to the announcement with the kidnapping and all those type of things. But as for him, he's done well in his state. Okay, let's not ignore that. We give credit to whom credit is due. But right now, in this particular statement that he's making, no, we do not accept it because it doesn't make any common or political sense whatsoever. That's all I'm saying. But as for doing well, he's done well. Under whatever platform he's been working with,
he has done his own piece.
So, but we are not accepting those narratives right now.
All right, All right, thank you guys. Viewers, this is it. We are discussing here between the lines. Let's go further. He says Rolls Royce, Maybach are good, but help the poor. Help the poor. These are the words of Remi Tinubu, the Nigerian president, wife to Davido, Bono Boy, and the rest. Rolls Royce, these are beautiful things to own, but help the poor. Now let me give my take before you guys come in. I had that news. I saw that clip of her, and again I said, "This is nice. This is nice. This I mean, she spoke well, but I also want to say that she should also have it in mind that people will come against. They will come on her on this again, because truly we see what some people in governance are doing, even though it might not be her directly. But some people in the husband's government are also exaggerating things. So she should also begin to look at those sides too and talk to those people. You know, we see the exaggerated convoys. We see the exaggerated lifestyle and all of those things.
Okay.
But what she said,
massive mark.
go ahead now.
Okay.
Yeah.
There are different when you're eating pizza. There are different slices in the whole pizza. You know what that is. You understand? So right now, Madam, Remi Tinubu, Madam, we thank you. We thank you for what you have been doing. We thank you for what you are doing in this particular case, because the message highlights the important point. Success comes with social responsibility.
Thank you.
Success comes with social responsibility. Okay? Davido, Bono Boy, who else?
Rema,
all the rest of them. Okay? Yeah. And other wealthy celebrities have the right to enjoy the rewards of their hard work, including luxury cars like Rolls Royce and Maybach. But at the same time, using their influence and resources to support education, healthcare, and youth empowerment can create a lasting legacy. I was listening to Alin Onyema today, and he was highlighting everything. He said, how much money am I going to make in my life? It is the legacy that I leave behind that actually will stay with me after I am gone. However, the call to help the poor should not rest on celebrities alone, like what you were saying. Government have the primary responsibility to provide good governance, create opportunities, and reduce poverty through policies. Philanthropy is commendable, but it should complement, not replace the duty of the government. So that's it. So this is the balance view of both sides. As far as
now, on the contrary, she made references to some musical icons in Africa who are also our brothers. So Akon is one of them. And also I can identify some sportsmen like what's called Sadio Mane and Mo Salah. What they are doing, massive infrastructure and also humanitarian services they are doing to their nation, in their nations, with the money they make from sports and other stuff. But what do we have in it is important for us to address this. You see all these celebrities driving on the street and people hailing them and they roll their glass out throwing money on the road. That is not how it goes. They should be encouraging that. We should be encouraging that. What is the philanthropic thing they do? You have them building houses or mansions, and yes, they are entitled to enjoy the money they make, which is fantastic. What she's saying is right, because she is not an elected person. She does not have an office to influence. He can only influence by words of mouth. But she's also a mother of a nation, and she's talking to these people. They are young people. And one of the things we must also understand is this: when these celebrities begin to invest in the nation, they will begin to have political influence. They begin to have social influence in the nation and begin to determine. Sometimes some of them will determine I was in Kenya or something, I can't remember, or one country recently. One of the contestants was a musician, and he won election, and the government put him in prison. I can't remember what nation. It won't come to my mind now. What we're talking about here. The thing is this: I can put it to you that the election of Governor Adeleke, the last election of Governor Adeleke, was made possible by Davido. The moment you went to Osun State, every youth came out. But that influence can also be transformed into something positive.
You are talking of sorry, you're talking about Bobby Wine of Uganda.
Bobby Wine, yes, thank you very much. Bobby Wine.
Okay.
So if they begin to do social amenities within the community, it's not that they should take over government. Social amenities. If they say so good, Davido is building an hospital in Surulere. That hospital is going to be the highest you can take is that government are building it, that government should come and fund it. If government is free to fund it, we now do David don't build hospital, government did not fund it. We now go after the government. Or they don't build the hospital and put investment on it so that the services will be low. But what do we have? These people make money, fine, they have the right to enjoy their money, but they should have social responsibility too.
So in essence, let's put it in perspective. In essence, what you're saying, along with the president's wife, is their acts of humanity should be intentional.
Thank you.
You understand?
And deliberate.
Deliberate is the same word. Intentional, because they are doing things, but they are doing it in a scattered way. They are just doing, anyhow. But so
give it away.
Okay, listen to
because I know they come to some of these social handles, and I see them do money giveaway. They do, send your account, and all of that. So, but what you people are saying is it's fragmented, it's scattered. It doesn't bring anything.
No. Okay, Massive Mark, listen to this though.
Okay.
Bonner Boy, through Very Dark Man, rebuilt a school that was such in a shambles. He donated a lot of money through him to go and finish that school. And I saw when they went to that school, after it was finished, they built one wing and another wing is being built. So, they're doing things. So, when we see such things, it fills our heart with so much joy. And let's recognize them and encourage them to do more. Can you imagine where these musicians can come together, put money together to build a fantastic, beautiful school that these people that cannot afford it can actually have the opportunity to send their children to these schools, poor people, so that they can actually rather than all the time. So
looking at
building schools, charging people arm and a leg instead of let's build some schools. Put your money together because we gave you the platform to become great. Nigeria is supporting you as well as international. So come back home. Remember where you came from. Give back to the community. Give back to your society.
I think one aspect they will look at is what you're saying: education and healthcare. So they would, like what we're saying, they should make it intentional.
It
should be arranged well. Education, if we have 20-30 million children out of school, so that's a point of
contact.
Yes, that's a thing to look into. So all of them, instead of this money throwing and all of these, doing all these I dash you 100K, I dash you 50K, I dash you giveaway. Let's put this together and look into education. Then another angle again could be health, hospitals, and medical facilities. So yes, we're with you on this one, Madam Remy, and we agree that more should be done on this aspect. Gentlemen, moving on, our viewers are here. Our viewers, you're free to put your own views, your points, your viewpoints, and what you think in all of the discussion, so that we can also go along with you. Gentlemen, we just heard anyway that it's been squashed. There was a plan to make the NECO WAEC fee. NECO WAEC are the exams that are done at the high school level. So federal government wanted to make it 50,000 naira for the exam certificate cancel thing. But this evening, the news came back that it's been squashed. But let's look at that aspect. If we say people are not going to school, our children are not, some children are saying school is a scam, all of this, do we also make it hard again and make them feel that there's no point doing this? I mean, we can't afford it and all of that. Dr. Olufemi, you're an educationist.
We need to read. I need us to read up the suggestion, the proposal. The proposal about this was to fund secondary education. That the secondary education is not properly funded, and therefore it needs to be properly funded. One. Secondly, the fact that secondary education is under the purview of state governors, state governments, and local government, and they are not doing their bit. Now, the way federal government is about going about this is that they want to take the money from the source. They want to take the money from the source. If you have that's what they do in United Kingdom. Now, if they're going to take, if you're going to for example, if you have 100 students in this, if you have 100 students in your school, the funding for that 100 students will be made available based on the number of students you have. And therefore, when it's time for exam, they want to account for those 100 students that they are funded. So therefore, when they are funding for 100 students, they'll be taking money for WAEC from the 100 students, from the source of the state. So I think it's a way of accountability, but they've suspended it because it's not properly documented. But what I've read about that, it is the government want to fund the exam fund from the source. From the source, before they give the education fund to the state government, they would take the money from the WAEC. They take it out from it and pay to WAEC before they do it. So therefore, you have no choice than to send your student to do exam because they already collected your money. So there is a way of trying to galvanize that. So far, it's been suspended. Maybe they want to fine-tune it better than it's been done.
Well, listen, I am so happy that this is being done because, one of the complaints we've been having is the number of, children out of school. But, this registration fee, suspension is a welcome news for millions of Nigerian families already struggling with the high cost of living right now as we speak. While examination bodies may have a legitimate reason when they look into their coffers and see the high cost also on them, of operating these examinations, but it is good. It is good. Any fee increase must be transparent, justified, and introduced only after broad consultation with stakeholders. Access to education should never become a privilege reserved for those who can afford it. The challenge is to strike a balance between sustaining quality examinations and keeping them affordable for every Nigerian student. So that's where the government must get involved and make sure that it's an equity and balanced view so that everybody, even those that don't have money, might be able to afford to go and take their WAEC exam or NECO exam. So I applaud this for the momentarily, but if they come back again after looking at the whole entire thing, let them strike a balance between the two so that people will not suffer unnecessarily. Thank you.
Powerful. Thank you, gentlemen. For us, again, we really want our government to look more, prioritize this education talk. If we have it that people are no more interested in education, which is the bedrock of development in any country. I mean, imagine where people are not educated. That is like going back to the dark age.
That's part of the reason why we are having this insurgency and terrorist attacks.
Yes, gentlemen, that's it. Talking about insurgency, let's do this small one. It's a good news that the number of the NIN is increasing, but we want the north of Nigeria to do more of that registration so that we can have the data of all of us. Now, that way, we can also control this insurgency. When somebody kidnaps anybody, they can go into data and collate it. I don't know how their data management is, but we can see who's kidnapping, who's doing what. Gentlemen, what do you say? Let that thing go more. It is the South that is doing more of the registration. That's the observation. So,
from information I had, the NIN was one of the method to use to track some of the kidnappers. Their NIN was one of the things that used to track them off all the way back to where they came from. So they went as far as anybody that's related to them. Anybody in the household was arrested by the government. Even the government is trying to prosecute some of their family members because they've been spending money of kidnapping all the while. They trace some of the money for kidnappings to them. So they are going to prosecute them. So like we said, if this NIN works properly, for example, in United Kingdom, if you do anyhow
And all they need to do is just get the tiniest data about you. They track anything about you out. So here, if we start working out, although we are way behind, to be sincere, we are way behind in our data analysis, in our data collection, in our identification process. We are way behind. We are decades behind, but we're trying to catch up. But while we're trying to catch up, the more information we have, the best we use of it. And I want to also give it to you that system, as I've always saying that, the more we make system works, the more we make Nigeria work. Not because somebody is in office today, but if they put in a system that works. Yeah, it was a system that works under what's called the former Kano State Governor, Kano State Emir of Kano, Bayero, Sanusi. Sanusi. They were able to track some of the funding and the shenanigans of government that was complained about. That we use that to track the spending. That was able to do a lot of analysis with central bank. So now, the more we get into data analysis and data collection, the better we become as a nation. And I always strive to make system works, not build individual, but build systems.
You individuals, but build system. Thank you very much. Let's go further, gentlemen. Thank you, viewers. Your viewpoints are also welcome. Let me just do this fast news flash. We heard that the ex-minister Uche Nnaji has pleaded not guilty to certificate forgery charges. The court granted a 20 million bail ahead of trial. Also, Nigeria is celebrating Nobel laureate Wole Soyinka at 92. Our president said he's a gift to Nigeria and he'll always be a treasure for us. So these are some of the news that's coming in this evening. Fast news that we're getting. Do you guys have anything to say on this? Any of those?
Congratulations to Kogi. The Kogi of Africa.
Kogi of Africa.
Yeah. Yes. So the Kogi of Africa, congratulations to Papa. Wole Soyinka is an icon, not a gift to Africa, to Nigeria, to Africa. It's a gift to a generation. If you ever been under the aura of his speech or aura of his presentation, you will know that that man is gifted. I've been under the aura of his presentation once. He made he delivered the paper some years back while I was president of Schengen University of Ibadan. He was one of the guest speakers in the program, and goodness me, he was doing the Abiola campaign. Just at the beginning of Abiola campaign, and he came to UI and he made a presentation. Fantastic. You remember, I'm talking about in early 90s. And talk about the older he is, the better he is. He's getting. The man is a phenomenon.
Well, let me start with the not guilty plea is an important reminder that every defendant is presumed innocent until proven guilty in the court. But at the same time, allegations of certificate forgery against a former political official are serious and deserve transparent, impartial, and speedy trial. The public deserves the truth, and the outcome should be based on credible evidence, not politics or public opinion. Accountability and due process must go hand in hand in our society. And also, I just want to congratulate Professor Wole Soyinka. He's been my man. I met him here when he came to Canada a few years ago, and on his 92nd birthday. I know this man is going to live until he's 100. As an African, first Nobel laureate in literature. Your remarkable contribution to literature, democracy, human rights, and the pursuit of justice have inspired generations across the world, not only in Nigeria, across Africa and in the world. Your courage, your intellect, and unwavering commitment to speaking the truth to power have earned you lasting place in history. Wishing you a continued good health, strength, and more years so that we can enjoy you more. But please, sir, Politics should not enter into you. Don't become partisan because you are the father of the nation. You are the same way we consider somebody like Nelson Mandela to us. So please remain neutral because we love you from every side. Every side. Congratulations and happy birthdays.
Nice, beautiful words there. But to look at when a man lives this long in a time when life expectancy has really gone low, that's a grace he has there. I mean, it's interesting that Wole Soyinka is still alive when his colleagues are all gone. I mean, Chuna Achebe is gone, and so many of them wrote.
Let me bust your bubble a little bit about Prof. Let me bust your bubble. You know, Prof don't live within the town in Abeokuta. He lives in Abeokuta, but he lives in the outskirts of Abeokuta. He lives in it's a concrete building like this, like a concrete building like that. That's why he houses, and most of the items and the things around there are natural. He lives in a woodland. He bought acres of woodland and he built his home there. Most of the things there are natural, what's called organic. So he's a man that takes good care of himself. So one of the challenges that we have in our generation is that we eat anything. Prof is one man that take good care of himself. At his age, he takes good care of himself.
I heard him say he doesn't take water; he drinks wine. Is
that
true?
Yeah, he drinks wine. Yeah, nice. And also he goes for walk. He goes for long walks in the forest.
The last time I was with Obasanjo, when I was in his resort, he challenged me to come and play cricket with him. He said, son, tomorrow I want you to come after you visit my library. Come, I challenge you. I say, nah, why you want to do this to me? He said, no. I want to show you that I can withstand you. And I was like, I shied away from it. So after the visitation in the library, I decided to go outside in the city to have fun. So I excused myself because I didn't want to, the man challenged me and I was like, oh my God, what if I go there and mess up? So these are the things, being active is another thing. Also, like what you say, he takes a walk, he eats natural food because our body is from the ground. So, the Caribbeans call it, a ground produce. It is good for you, vegetables and natural organic food. When you're eating it well, without too much stress. Without what? Too much stress. Because stress is one of the silent killers that kill a lot of our people. So women, please, make sure that your husband have peace in the house so they can live long for you. Especially my brother here, Prof. Good Amala. Good Amala.
Dr. Lufemi, let's have some World Cup updates. Things are changing, and it looks like I am rooting for England. I don't know. Somehow, from the beginning, yes, I must say this here now. From the very beginning of World Cup, I told a group of people in a group I belonged to, I said, listen, my choice, and they laughed. They said, Mark, you're not a football man. They knocked me off, but it looks like it's happening. Tell us, give us some updates.
Yeah, also I'll give you a personal experience I had today. In the past, whenever England goes to a major tournament, we always, football is coming home. That's the slogan. And then we have stars. We have major stars, the icon and whatever. We go there, either David Beckham, Rooney, or whoever we go to the World Cup with, and we say, that's the probable point. But in a very, 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 very long time, England went to the World Cup with little expectation from English fans. That is one. Secondly, there was no hyping of any star in this team. In a long time, there was no hyping of any star. Even so, some people were even talking down Bellingham and Kane. They were past their sell-by date. So they went away with that. That's the understanding. So the weight of the expectation on their shoulder was not the usual expectation on typical English team. That is number one. Secondly, now that we have gone to the semi-final, the rate at which people are getting to believe is so high that I went to a sports direct store today, and the level at which people are buying England jersey and tops was so much that if there was in the morning, I saw a row of different shirts, cardigan and all, scarf and all the stuff. In the evening, when I went to go, I get a card. Someone gave me a card. I want to go and buy something, a gift card. I forgot the gift card at home, so I came for the gift card in the afternoon. I went back there. Half of the shirts were gone. So now, all of a sudden, they're selling shirts of English players. So the belief is coming back, and now we're getting the normal belief for the team. And now also the other 4 teams, the other 3 teams that's left, they are teams that have shown their mettle in the past. Argentina is a team that has Messi in it and wants to retain it. But it's a team that is getting older. It's a team that is aging out. A lot of them are aging out. The likes of McAllister, the likes of Zubimendi and all the stuff, they are aging out. But they have some new players coming in. But also we have in Argentina, France, we have a new generation of Mbappe, Olise, and co. They're coming into the team and they are making waves. They are young boys and they are making waves in their different clubs. And there are new set of players who are hungry for things. Now, the team to beat is Spain. Spain has played 7 games and conceded only 1 goal. 7 games, only 1 goal. They've broken world record. Nobody is talking about them. The reason is that they don't play for an individual. Different people score in their team. The team that's balanced all the way. They are so they play the team that they play like you don't concede. We won't concede. We will beat you by 1 goal. We won't concede. They also have impact players. They just after a while they realize that they can't beat you. They just bring somebody in impact, and that's their impact player. Super sub is Mourinho. Mourinho has been doing it. He's done it in Arsenal, and he's doing it in the national team. Mourinho will just come in doing Arsenal games. He just come in there, sneak in, score, and end of game. And he's doing it in that. So the game now is anybody can win. Anybody can win.
Big George, what do you think?
Canada is gone. Nigeria did not enter, so I have no dog in the fight. Yeah. So and that's wisdom for me, because I told you when I was in secondary school, I felt sick because Britain was playing, and that was my team at that time. And as a result, they were winning by 2-1. But because of the intensity of the game, I felt sick. I wasn't able to take my exam. So I have to take a makeup exam. And since that time, my principal, Father Tabo, told me, make sure that you do not allow yourself to get sick again when you're grown older, because that can kill you. So right now, I will enjoy the game. But the only thing is, for Argentina, I have a friend of mine in Argentina. When I went there the last time I visited, Maximiliano, I am rooting for you alone. If Argentina wins, I will rejoice. If Britain wins, I will rejoice. If Mbappe wins, I will rejoice. So whoever wins, let the best team win, so that I can enjoy the game without getting sick. So that's where I stand right now.
Thank you for sitting on the fence.
Thank you for sitting on the fence. That's interesting. Gentlemen, let's calm down now. These days we don't do break because we don't want the machines to go off. So here with us, viewers, we are straight on today's edition of Between the Lines. And I'm here with this great man, Dr. Olufemi from London, Sir George from Toronto, Canada. We had a small, there was this story during the weekend. One of the presidential aide, we all know the story, Voila, they call him. He made a statement, and that statement cuts across all of us in the diaspora. And this network caters to Nigerians in diaspora. Now, his words were taking off a lot of content creators, have gone on it. Everybody's analyzing. What will you guys say? When Boala said that some Nigerians that are earning 70,000 monthly are better off than many Nigerians living abroad. Dr. Femi, I know you're APC man, but is that statement true? And why is he picking on us when we are the social means for Nigerians? The diaspora has been the one carrying Nigeria. Let's be honest. Why do you bring them down with your statements? I mean, there are so many things you could.
I don't think he brought Nigerians down with a statement. I don't want us to look at it from there.
Okay.
One is to encourage Nigerians within the nation state of Nigeria to begin to see opportunities around themselves. And not see that not everybody living abroad is doing well. Let us be sincere. Not everyone is doing well. It is natural. Now, that is one. Secondly, we also need to look at those who are home, that they are likely to do things that some people abroad will be dreaming of. I'll give an example. I have friends who went to school with me and who were looking up to me in some years back. But now, when you go back to Nigeria, they are the ones that they control the ship of a nation because they stayed back. They stayed back, they grew with the nation, and they've grown to the nation, and they are the master of things, of the system within home. What I'm saying is this: some of them will come abroad, they'll come abroad on holidays, and the things that we here cannot afford, they come here and they can afford them because because of the kind of lifestyle they live at home, because of their status at home. So it is the truth. But maybe the way he put it was not right. I have friends who travel by first class that come all the way here. And all the time they carry their family here. They live in luxury. They come in luxury here when they come on holidays. They live in luxury here. Some of the luxury that we can't afford because we have lots of bills to pay. A lot of us here live by month by month because you have to pay the mortgage. Is somebody that gets almost about £60,000 a year in this country. Yeah, if you calculate that, that's about £5,000 a month. If you look about that in Nigeria, you think it's a lot of money. £500 is about 10 million naira in a month. But listen, half of that money in this country goes to bill. Half of that 5,000 goes to mortgage, to his car, to his council tax, to this and that. But by the time he finished spreading those bills, maybe at the end of the month, he can only save £1,000 to himself. Meanwhile, somebody of his caliber in Nigeria lives in luxury. He doesn't pay those things. The house he has is owned by him solely. The things he has in there is already fully paid for. The cars he has, for example, I drive one car. That a friend of mine in my category may have 4 or 5 cars. So who is living better? So we need to be realistic about this. We need to be realistic. He may not have put it correctly, but a lot of people
he went totally overboard. And I said this directly to the presidential aide. Boala, do your due diligence on issues before making those comments. That's way out of what it is. You can't compare a 7,000 naira. Dr. Femi, I agree with you, what you've said, but you can't say somebody earning 70,000 naira is far better than, I mean, even the least person abroad. I mean, George, tell us, the least person abroad can be.
When Boala, they make controversial political statements just to please our president, because they are trying to make sure that the position given to them, they are earning it. The bottom line to me is this: maybe in the past I would have said, maybe, but I went to Nigeria in December, and I was there for a few weeks, and I saw what was going on. These 17,000 naira that we're talking about is only some of the civil servants that are earning it. Most companies are not paying that, honestly speaking. And I was in a hotel whereby, these people, they have to sleep on the floor because they cannot afford transportation back and forth. So they stay there. They stay in the hotel, sleep on the ground, simply because whatever they paid them, which was not even up to 70,000 naira, will not allow them to go and come. They'll tell you, if I take transportation to go to work and come back, this is a month, not even a week, a month. 70,000 naira, how much is a bag of rice? 70,000 naira, how much is your rent? 70,000 naira, how much you have to buy meat to eat? So, sometimes when we make statements like that, we need to be very, very careful. But I don't know whether the man has been abroad, or he visits with, the money that is given to him, or maybe he's so rich, as a politician, that he doesn't even know what is going on down there. So they should be careful when they make such statements, because I know how much I'm paying in my mortgage. My mortgage alone can take care of the whole entire village in my house. When you consider that. Because 70,000 naira cannot go anywhere. And many of us that are abroad are the ones funding them in Nigeria. I know how many people that I'm helping. I know how many that are my brothers that are abroad are helping. So, we gotta be careful when we make some of these statements. It's almost like it's inconsequential to the point whereby, you're not considering the people that are really suffering in our country. We need to do the best we can to bring up a little bit some of these things and, relieve them a little bit from the pain that they're going through. When you do stuff like that, a teacher who is earning 70,000 naira with 3 kids and a family, come on now. How much you buy gas? Gas right now, petrol, fuel, that's what we call it in Nigeria. How much is it per liter? How much is it per liter? How much? 70,000 naira is something that somebody from abroad will go to the restaurant and spend twice as that in one sitting with friends. So, we should be careful.
Also, this pleasing the master thing, it's high time. You could also be very factual, and the master will understand. So, pleasing the master shouldn't make us say things way out of context, just say anyhow thing because you want the master, your boss, to look at you. You could be truthful. I am also under some bosses, and I tell them as it is. I don't care who's.
I don't think it is about pleasing the master. Listen, I don't think about pleasing the master. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, and I know he's not the kind of person that you want to go and please with. What you see on the TV. No, he's too deep a man to please you with things on the TV. I think in the course of excitement on talking about issues, things may be taken out of context. And this is taken out of context. Also, like I said in there, minimum wage, people on minimum wage, United Kingdom, are living hell. I tell you, cost of living in this country is terrible. There are a lot of people are eating in food bank. My church runs a food bank. People queue to get food from that food bank. People in this country, Caucasian. My church has been feeding the homeless every Sunday for the past 17 years. 90% of those people that comes to eat there are Caucasian. The Redeemed Creature of God in this country, I'm talking about Redeemed Creature of God in the United Kingdom, in Croydon, have been feeding the homeless for the past 17 years. 90% of those people that are Caucasians born in this country, they come there every Sunday to eat full English breakfast that we provide. So what I'm saying is this, the poverty is a universal language. We shouldn't use it to play politics. People are suffering in Nigeria, fine. People are suffering in this country as well. All over the world. People are living in their cars in this country.
Let me also
people are living in the bus stops.
Yes, let me also say this, gentlemen. It's high time also the federal government of Nigeria appreciates Nigerians in diaspora. I mean, Nigerians in diaspora are the one helping the shortcomings of government. So it's high time they should face it head on. We shouldn't pretend about it. Nigerians in diaspora are the social system, the food basket, everything.
That we are the one carrying the shock. We are the shock absorber.
So
we are the shock absorber.
Should take note of that. And presidential aide, spokesman, everybody should say things. We don't need their accolade, we don't need their acknowledgement, but don't trash us out because you want to speak. That wouldn't be nice.
Can I say this
Yes,
it's not because I am AP supporter or anything. Can I say this in recognition of that? This government recognize the importance of the diaspora in the support as a shock system for this country. They put into recognition the amount of money that goes into this nation. The current Minister for Humanitarian Affairs was a member of APC UK. He lives in London. He was headhunted from here. The chairman of NEL Fund, Dr. Sawyer, was headhunted from here, from the student loan system in this country. The head of Lamasa, is it Lamasa or what? The transport system of Lagos was a member of the underground system of this country. He was headhunted from there. So people from the diaspora are being co-opted into governance. But the thing is it is not enough. It is not enough. The government needs to do more. A lot of Nigerians in diaspora can give back to this nation. A lot of Nigerians have so much experience that can give back to this nation. More needs to be done. The people in diaspora needs to be recognized, and their rightful place need to be recognized in governance, so that can bring good governance and good system back home.
Now, listen to this. The reason why I am supporting an APC candidate for Imo State gubernatorial bid in 2027, Chief Charles Ore, one of the reasons why I'm supporting him is not because of his credibility and not because of his business acumen, but also one thing that resonated with me so much. He said that 60% of his ministers will be coming from diasporans because he lives here. He lived here. He lives in Nigeria. He lives here. And also he understood when he came here, he went into the system to understand how the system functions. And he believes that those that are outside, that have experienced the good life of other nations and the cleanliness and, the roads and everything, can bring it back with that experience and improve Imo State. And that is the reason why I applaud him so much. And I'm hoping by God's grace that this man will take over the mantle from Hope Uzodinma to make Imo State what it's supposed to be. His promise is that women and diasporans will feel his government because he wants that experience because of what he has experienced here. So I just want to applaud him for that. Yes, amazing.
So this is it. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You're both. We're all on this together. We're on this together. So, Federal Government of Nigeria. This is the diaspora network that speaks to issues. So you hear us. You've heard what we're saying. We make a part of the system. We are ready. In fact, I know there were some more. You mentioned few. It's been more. We have the former Foreign Affairs Minister Onyema he was just behind me here. I came from Switzerland, and we had Nika Grage. Nika Grage. But you see, the problem we have as diasporans, when we come into the governance, they also don't do well. You know why? Because the system swallows them up. What they meet there is too strong. So, and that is because there are more of them than the diasporans. So we should have more of the diasporans that could also change that system drastically. The system swallows them up. Because some of them even leave at a point in time. Some of them don't even finish their tenure because they get overwhelmed.
They can't cope.
It gets too strong.
Can I please applaud somebody else? His name is Sonny Agassi. Sonny Agassi left here in Nasarawa State and took over, from on a political appointment. And what took place was they fought him, but he insisted. Now he changed, that in the Ministry of Lands and whatever, whereby in less than 1 year, that particular ministry that was actually like they didn't have any money in their coffers was able to increase their their land the money that they were getting from land allocation to more than 50 billion naira. So he left here, he went there, they fought him, They call him Americana. Oh, you come here, you think you're going to change, and he 8 o'clock he will be at work. He stays there until finishing. Most of his workers were not coming. Even the one that was before him was fighting him. They had two the same ministry.
Yes. I think that was what happened with also the finance minister, Dr. Olufemi. Remember? The young lady, Adeosun, and Nika Grage too.
Nika Grage too. Yeah,
and so many. You know, they get overwhelmed. So let's pray that things will really begin to look good with the Nigerians' input in Nigeria, Nigerian in diaspora input in Nigeria. Gentlemen, we have to go. We've done our 1 hour straight up. And it's been beautiful hearing all you bring in. Thank you.
Yeah, before we go,
yes,
there's an investigation going on.
Okay.
The former minister that was killed in this, that died, and Whitcomb, information comes that she didn't die natural death. She was murdered, and there's an investigation going on. Yeah, she was murdered. It was going on by a 26-year-old man. She was gruesomely murdered in her home. So the investigation going on. The woman is arrested, although it's being released on bail, but is due to in court next week. So it's a murder case, but not a terrorist case.
You have that case of this Zimbabwean boy that killed.
Yeah, that's what we have. Another woman that he has been repatriated to England. He killed his wife and his 2 children because of custody and all this stuff and property issues.
But somehow these Zimbabweans, I don't know, we don't want to stigmatize anybody, but it's common because while it was happening in the UK, that same day, that week, similar thing will happen in the United States, even though the guy didn't succeed to kill the wife. So I don't know if...
another update is a South African was arrested in Nigeria just a couple of days ago, carrying a lot of heroin into Nigeria. So that's another news. That's another news. And another news also update is that most of these people that Trump allowed to come from South Africa, the white people, most of them ran back. Majority of them ran back to South Africa because they couldn't survive with the kind of lifestyle they were living in America. So a lot of them, they left US and then went back home, to South Africa. So these are some updates that I wanted to, give.
Nice. Please always bring us those updates, gentlemen, so that we can know what's going on in your corners. Thank you very much. Until we come again, I know George used to do the prayer thing. But we want to thank you.
God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria, bless our president, and bless all the leaders in Nigeria that we will get to that paradise that God has ordained for us to be.
Amen.
All right, viewers.
Thank you, brothers.
Yeah.
Peace out.
Peace. Peace. Peace
out.